Creative minds explore, dive into the unknown, and discover the beauty of life. Life is a gift. Cherish the moments and never take them for granted. Treasure the precious gifts. Love is a blessing, a force more powerful than fear. It will never fade away. Inspired by books, read and explore new worlds. Unlock a wealth of knowledge, a passionate embrace, a beautiful emotion that binds us forever and ever. By Forever 30-minute poetry master. Creative minds. Think, unlock the hidden potential. Let the ideas take shape. Life is an adventure. Take a chance and explore your own destiny awaits. Love is a treasure, a precious emotion that never fades. Celebrate it every day. Inspired by music, a universal language of love brings us together. Passionate dreams come true. Believe in yourself and strive. Unlock your full potential. Creative minds dream. Unlock your inner artist. Let the ideas flow. Life is a mystery. We search for answers every day. Few are ever found. Love is a blessing, a warm embrace and a tender kiss, a bond that can't be broken, inspired by nature. A beauty surrounds us every day. Love the world around you, passionate spirit, a fire, a burning from within. Never let it die out. Creative minds explore, innovative ideas abound. Sky's the limit. Life is a journey, a story you can only write. Make your own destiny. Love is shared freely, a beautiful emotion that binds us forever and ever. Inspired by the stars. The vastness of the night is breathtaking, an endless source of beauty, passionate embrace, a moment of pure bliss, love overflowing. Creative minds create, let the colors come alive, and create a masterpiece. Life is full of joy. Live in the moment and appreciate every day as a gift. Love conquers all things, a force more powerful than fear. It will never fade away. Inspired by the ocean, the vastness of the sea is breathtaking, an endless source of beauty, a passionate symphony of sound and music fills the air, a melody of emotions. Creative minds think, unlock the hidden potential, let the ideas soar. Life is a blessing. Cherish the moments and never take them for granted. Treasure the precious gifts. Love is unconditional. It knows no boundaries and can never be broken. Always keep it alive. Inspired by art, a masterpiece of beauty and emotions. Let the colors flow. A passionate dreams come true. Believe in yourself and strive. Unlock your full potential. Creative minds explore, a dive into the unknown and discover the beauty of life. Life is a journey. Explore the unknown and discover your own destiny. Love is a gift, a precious emotion that never fades. Celebrate it every day. Inspired by the sun, the warmth of the sunshine fills the air, an endless source of light. Passionate embrace, the warmth of a tender embrace, love overflowing. Creative minds paint, let the colors come alive and create a masterpiece. A life is a story, your own unique tale to tell. Write it with joy. Love is an adventure, a journey to explore and cherish. Share it with someone special, inspired by nature, the beauty of the world around us. Let it fill you with wonder. Passionate dreams come true. Believe in yourself and strive. Unlock your full potential. Creative minds, a dream unlock your inner artist. Let the ideas flow. Life is a mystery. We search for answers every day. Few are ever found. Love is a blessing, a warm embrace and tender kiss, a bond that can't be broken. Inspired by music, a universal language of love that brings us together, a passionate embrace, a beautiful emotion that binds us forever and ever. Creative minds explore innovative ideas around, abound. The sky's the limit. A life is a journey, a story only you can write. Make your own destiny. Love is shared freely, a beautiful emotion that binds us forever and ever. Inspired by the stars, the vastness of the night is breathtaking, an endless source of beauty. Passionate symphony of the music, the sound of music fills the air, a melody of emotions. Creative minds think, unlock the hidden potential. Let the ideas take shape. Life is a gift, cherish the moments and never take them for granted. Treasure the precious gifts. Love conquers all things, a force more powerful than fear. It'll never fade away. Inspired by books, read and explore new worlds, unlock a wealth of knowledge. Embrace, passionate embrace, a moment of pure bliss, love overflowing. Creative minds create, let the colors come alive and create a masterpiece. Life is an adventure. Take a chance to explore. Your own destiny awaits, rapping all night and all day. Inside of my head, the poetry begins to echo again. Go fast, chariots. I am going back to where the ruler away lives to console him. The horse keeps wandering, and when will I reach Zaho? The Davius, the Dathus high officials went wandering, but my heart is filled with worries. There is no person that thinks I am good, yet I cannot go back. That person doesn't think very much of me, but my thoughts haven't changed. You do not think of me as good, but my thoughts for you would not cease. I'll climb up those hills and collect plants to make medicine to cure my worries. A woman has a lot of thoughts, and they all go their own ways. The people exude a worry about me, yet they are childish and mad. I went out in the wilderness and noticed the wheat not reaped because of the political situation. I should try to report it, and yet who should I tell it to? To all the high officials, do not say I worry. I have so many thoughts, but it is not anything compared to where I am trying to go. Well, there if I go. Go tell the Spartans passerby that here, obedient to her laws, we lie. Rhymes, tears of sorrow and of suffering flowed from Queen Cassale. As she saw depart in Sida for her blessings drawn nigh, and she clasped the gentle sits, and she kissed her moistened head, and her tears like summer tempest choked the loving words she said, part we, dear devoted daughter, to thy husband ever true. With a woman's whole affection render love to husbands due. Faults are women loved and cherished, gentle in their search, their speech and word. When misfortunes shadows gather, who are faithless to their Lord, who through years of sunny splendor smile and pass the lifelong day. When misfortune's darkness thickens from their husband turn away, who with changeful fortune changing oft ignore the plighted word, and forget a woman's duty, woman's faith to wedded Lord, who to holy love and constant from their wedded concert part. A manly deed, nor manly virtue wins a changeful woman's heart. But a true and righteous woman, a loving spouse and changeless wife, faithful to her Lord and consort, holds him dearer than her life. Ever true and righteous Sida, follow still my godlike son. Like a god to thee is Rama in the woods or on the throne. I shall do my duty, mother said the wife with wifely pride. Like a god to me is Rama Sita, shall not leap aside from the moon, will part his luster ear. I part from wedded Lord, I from faithful wife's devotion, falter in my deed or word, for the strengthless lute is silent, idle is the wheelless car, and no wife the loveless consort, and auspicious is her star, small the measure of affection, which to sire and brother prove, measureless to wedded woman is her lord and husband's love, true to law and true to scriptures, true to woman's plighted word. Can I ever be my mother faithless, loveless to my lord? Tears of joy and mingled sorrow filled Queen Cassale's eye, as she marked a faithful Sida, true in heart and virtue high, and she wept tears of sadness when, with sweet oft Abi sans stew, spake with hands in meekness, folded Rama, ever good and true, sorrow not my loving lover, trusted virtues, a changeless beam, a swift will fly the years of exile, like a belief and a transient dream, a girl by faithful friends and forces, blessed by righteous gods above, thou shalt see thy son return into thy bosom, and by love unto the royal ladies Rama his obeisance paid, for his Phalan's unremembered blessings, and forgiveness prayed, and his words were soft and gentle, and they wept to see him go, like the piercing cry of Curlew, arose the piercing voice of woe, and in the halls, where drum and tabor rose, and joy and regal pride, voice of grief and lamentation, the sound of fire and sounded wide. Then the true and faithful Laksha man parted from each weeping dame, and the sorrowing Queen Samatra, with his adieu obeisance, came, and he bowed to Queen Samitra, and his mother kissed his head, stilled her anguish-laden bosom, and in trembling accents said, "Dear devoted, duteous Lakshman, ever to thy elder true, when thy elder wends to forest life to thee is due. Thou hast served him true and faithful in his glory and his fame. This is law for true and righteous. Serve him in his woe and shame. This is law for race of Rakhu, known on earth for holy might, bounteous, and their a sacred duty, brave and a warlike in the fight. Therefore tend him as thy father, as thy mother tend his wife, and to thee, like fair Ayad Haya, thy humble forest life. Go, my son, the voice of duty bids my gallant Lakshman go. Serve thy elder with devotion and with valor. Meet thy foe. Well, therewith I go, Ares exceeding in strength, chariot rider, a golden helmed, a doughty in heart, a shield bearer, savior of cities, harnessed in bronze strong arm, unwearying and mighty with the spear, O defense of Olympus, father of warlike victory, ally of Themis, stern emperor, governor of the rebellious leader of righteous men, sceptred, king of manliness, who whirl your fiery sphere among the planets in their sevenfold courses through the aether, wherein your blazing steeds ever bear you above the third firmament of heaven. Hear me, helper of men, a giver of dauntless youth, sheet down a kindly ray from above upon my life and strength of war, that I may be able to drive away a bitter cowardice from my head and crush down the deceitful impulses of my soul. Restrain also the keen fury of my heart, which provokes me to tread the ways of blood-curdling strife. Rather, O Blessed One, give you me boldness to abide within the harmless laws of peace, avoiding strife and hatred and the violent friends of death. Hence the meth. Let us live my lesbia, and let us love, and let us value all the rumors of more severe old men at only a penny. Suns are able to set and return when once the short light has set for us. One perpetual night must be slept by us. Give me 1,000 kisses, then 100, and then another 100,000, then a second 100, then immediately 1,000, then 100. Then when we will have made many thousands of kisses, we'll throw them into confusion, lest we know, or lest any one bad be able to envy when he knows there to be so many kisses. Rampant auspicious on rain rests the world, sure for prosperity. Treat rain nectar bold, it helps grow great food, sands, water no agriculture, quenches thirsty world, a water all in sea, helps not life on earth so well. A rainwater gives glee, a rain sustains the world, makes the fertile land yield more sands. Farmers can't mold by absence, rain destroys life living people in the world by care it creates it rain fails to grace the earth with its compassion. No grace, no grass you can trace. The ocean becomes dry when the sky bears not the clouds people made to cry. Rain, gift of nature, whenever denied to the world. Bleak, noble's future when powerful rain fails. Noble charity gets veiled, noble penance falls. Sans water no life when the Lord of rain conspires virtue faces knife. Rhymes, what man is he that yearneth for length unmeasured of days? A faulty mind, I discerneth encompassing all his ways. For years overrun the measure, small change thee in evil wise. Grief draweth nigh thee in pleasure. Behold, it is hid from thine eyes. This to their wage have they which overlived their day, and he that looseth from labor doth one with other befriend, whom bride nor bridesman attend, a song nor sound of the taper death and maketh an end. Thy portion esteem I highest, who was not even begot. Thine next, being born, who diest, and straightway again art not with follies light as the feather. Doth youth to man befall, then evils gather together. There wants not one of them all. Wrath, envy, discord, strife, the word that seeketh life, and seal the sum of trouble. Doth tottering age draw nigh, whom friends of and kinsfolk fly. Age upon whom redouble all sorrows under the sky. The man is me even so, had the evil days overtaken, and like as a cape sea shaken, without tempest, with tempest at earth, alas, verges and shock all of all winds that blow his head the seas of woe, the thunder of awful surges run and overflow, blown from the fall of eve, blown from the day spring forth, blown from the noon in heaven, blown from night and the north. Pompey often led with me by Brutus, the head of our army, and the great danger, who sent you back as a citizen to your country's gods, and Italy's sky. Pompey, the very dearest of my comrades, with whom I've often drawn out the lingering a day in wine, my hair wreathed and glistening with perfumed balsam and of Syrian nard. I was there at Philippi with you in that headlong flight, sadly leaving my shield behind, when checked your virtue and what friend from a ignoble purpose fell to earth, while in my fear Mercury dragged me swiftly through the hostile ranks in a thickening cloud. The wave was drawn you back to war, carried once more by the troubled waters. So grant Jupiter the feast he's owed, and stretch your limbs wearied by long campaigning under my laurel boughs, and don't spare the jars that were destined to be opened by you. Fill the smooth cups with mask oblivion, pour out the perfume from generous dishes who'll hurry to weave the wreaths for us of dew, wet parsley, or pliant myrtle, who'll throw high Venus at dice, and so become the master of drink outrage as insanely as in a Thracian. It's sweet to me to revel when a friend is home again. Sapphira saw Adonis and knew that he was dead. She marked the brow, all a grizzly now, the cheek no longer red, and bring the boar before me. Unto her love she said, for with her winged attendants arranged all the woodland o'er, and found and bound in fetters threefold the grizzly boar. One dragged him at a rope's end, e'en as a vanquished foe. One went behind and drave him, and smote him with his blow, and paced the creature feebly. He feared a sight for us so to him, and said Aphrodite, so worst of beasts, 'twas you who rent that hot thigh asunder, who him that loved me slew, and thus the beast made me answer of Sapphira, hear me swear, by thee, by him that loved thee, and by these bonds I wear, and them before whose hounds I ran. I meant no mischief to the man who seemed to thee so fair as on a cavern carven statue men gaze. I gazed on him. I seemed on fire with a mad desire to kiss that offered limb. My ruined Aphrodite thus followed from my whim, and now therefore taken, punished, and fairly cut away these all unruly tusks of mine, for to what end serve they, and in fine indignation be not content with this, cut off the mouth that ventured to offer a kiss, but Aphrodite pitied and blade them loose his chain, but bore from that day forward still followed in her train, nor ever to the wild wood attempted to return, but in the focus of desire preferred to burn and burn. A Buddha hero, praise be to you, you foremost among all beings, you who have released me from pain, and so many other beings too. All suffering has been understood, the source of craving has withered, cessation has been touched by me on the noble eightfold path. I bent mother and son before him, father and brother, grandmother too, not understanding what was real. I flowed on without finding peace, but now I have seen the Blessed One. This is my last compounded form. The onflowing of birth has expired. There's no more re-becoming now. See the gathering of followers putting forth effort, self-controlled, always with a strong resolution. This is how to honor the Buddhas. Surely for the good of so many did Maya give birth to Gautama, who burst asunder the mass of pain, though stricken by sickness and death. Thank you, my dear. You came and you did well to come. I needed you. You have made love. You have made love up. Made love blaze up in my. I bless you as often as the hours have been endless to me while you were gone. They took their stand where the appointed judges had cast their lots and ranged the rival cars, rang out the brazen trump. Away they bound, cheer the hot steeds, and shake the slackened reins, as with a body the large space is filled with the huge clangor of the rattling cars. High whirl aloft the dust clouds blent together, each presses each, and the lash rings and loud snort the wild steeds, and from their fiery breath along their manes and down the circling wheels, scatter the flake and foam. Orestes still as he swept around the perilous pillar, last in the course, wheeled in the Russian axle, the left rein curbed, that on the dexter hand flung loose, so on erect chariots rolled, sudden, the Ananian fierce and headlong steeds broke from the bit, and as the seventh time now the course was circled on the Libyan car dashed their wild fronts, then order changed to ruin. Car crashed on car. The wide Chrysian plain was sea like strewed with wrecks. The Athenian saw slacken his speed, and wheeling round the marge unscathed and skilful in the midmost space, left a tumult of that, a tossing storm behind Orestes, a hef, Verto of the last had yet kept back his coursers for the close, and not one sole rival left. On he flew, and the sharp sound of the impelling scourge rang in the keen ears of the flying steeds. He nears, he reaches, they are side by side, and now one the other by a length. The victor, the courses all are past, the wheels are wrecked, all safe, when as the hurrying coursers around the fatal pillar dashed a wretched boy, slackened the rein, the left rein on the column's edge, crashed the frail axle, headlong from that car, caught and all meshed within the reins, he fell, and masterless the mad steeds raged along, loud from that a mighty multitude arose and shrieked a shout. But yesterday such deeds, today such doom, now whirled upon the earth, and now his limbs dashed soft. They dragged him, those wild horses, to all gory from the wheels, released and no man, and not his nearest friends could in that mangled corpse have traced Orestes. They laid the body on the funeral pyre. And while we speak, the Phocian strangers bear in a small brazen melancholy they urn that handful of cold ashes to which all the grandeur of the beautiful half shrunk, ever carrying shells as gifts from the Erythraean cliff or Halcyon chick, still unwinged presents for a girl from an anxious man. His siren girl neighbor felt pity, for he was swimming toward that beach in the region close to Etna. Babandana. First in my song shalt thou be, O folk, this song that I sing of the heroes of old who sped at the hest of Peleus the king, went down through the gorge of the Pontus Sea, through the crags dark blue, on the quest of the fleece of gold. The strong-ribbed Argo flew, for an oracle came unto Peleus, how that in days to be a terrible doom should be dealt him whom his eye should see from the field coming with the 1 foot only sandal shod, nor long thereafter did Jason fulfill the word of the god. For in Wadden the rush of Amaris, swollen with winter-tide rain, 1 sandal plucked he forth of the mire, but the one was he fain to leave in the depths, for the swirl of the waters to sweep to the main, a straight way to the presence of Peleus he came, and his hap was too light on a banquet that which unto father Poseidon the king had a dight, and the rest of the gods, but Pallas Gian here he needed not, and the king behold him, and straightway laid for his life the plot, and devised for him toil of troublous voyage, that lost in the sea, or lost amid alien men, his home return might be of the ship and her fashion, and bards of the olden time have told. Now Argus wrought how Athene made him cunning sold, but now be it mine the lineage and names of her heroes to say, and to tell of the long sea paths where over they needs must stray, and the deeds that they wrought. May the muses vouchsafe to inspire the lay. Verily there is a vengeance from on high, and happy he that weaveth merrily 1 day's weft without a tear. And so, as for me, I sink now of the light that is Aegyptos bright. I see it as the very suns, which the same Aegypto now invoketh to shine upon us. And yet neither praise nor blame can I give at all to such as she, without offence to our splendid leader, who herself appeareth as eminent as well knit, a steed of ringing hoof that overcometh in the race if he were set to graze among the unsubstantial cattle of our dreams that fly. Rhymes among them too are the muses, for everywhere to flute and stream the young girls are dancing in their hair. The gold leaves of the bay, the dance whirls them away. Age or disease, no toil of battle or ill day's luck can touch them. They are holy. They will outlast time, exempted from the anger of the goddess and all decay. Here the hero came with the head that shocked a royal house, turning king, and all in the stone. It was long, long ago. If time means anything, long, long ago. At last, it's come, love, the kind that bound will give me reputation more than showing my soul naked to someone. I prayed to Aphrodite in Latin. In poems she brought him, snuggled him into my bosom. Venus has kept her promises. Let her tell the story of my happiness, in case some woman will be said not to have had her share. I will not I want to trust anything to tablets signed and sealed so no one reads me before my love, but indiscretion has its charms. It's foreign to fit one's face to reputation. May I be said to be a worthy lover for a worthy love from above, worthy love from above. Tempt her this shore looks kindly on me as I sing noble heroic things to the white-robed woman of Tanagra, and the city rejoices mightily at the keen melody of my voice. Will you sleep forever? You were not like that, Corinna. In the old days, I blame Myrtis, gifted though she is, that she, a woman, dared to take Pender by forever, never forever. Poems on a silver platter, pitter patter by forever poetry master. Stop spitting poetry, never.